Hey everyone, have you ever found yourself saying yes to things you really wanted to say no to? Or maybe you're constantly worried about what others think of you to the point where you put their needs way ahead of your own. If this sounds familiar, you might be what we call a people pleaser. And trust me, you're not alone. Let's dive into the psychology behind why some of us always try to please everyone. First off, where does this come from? For many, it starts in childhood. Maybe you learned early on that being agreeable and helpful earned you praise and affection. Or perhaps you grew up in an environment where rocking the boat led to conflict, so you learned to keep the peace by going along with things. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about understanding that this behavior was once a survival strategy. It helped you feel safe, loved, and accepted. The problem is, that old strategy might not be serving you well as an adult. Another big factor is the fear of rejection. Humans are social creatures. We're wired to want to belong. For people pleasers, the thought of someone being upset with them, or even just thinking badly of them, can feel unbearable. It triggers a deep-seated fear of being pushed out of the group. So to avoid that feeling, you might bend over backward to make sure everyone is happy, even if it means sacrificing your own happiness in the process. You're not just being nice. You're actively trying to manage other people's perceptions of you to avoid the pain of rejection. Then there's the issue of self-worth. Many people pleasers tie their value as a person to how useful they are to others. Your internal monologue might sound something like this: if I am helpful and always there for people, then I'm a good person. If I say no, they'll think I'm selfish and won't like me anymore. This creates a cycle where you constantly need external validation to feel good about yourself. You re-seeking approval from the outside because you haven't yet learned how to give it to yourself from the inside. So, what's the downside to all this? It sounds nice to be nice, right? Well, chronic people-pleasing can lead to serious burnout, anxiety, and even resentment. You end up overcommitted and exhausted. Because your own needs are always on the back burner, you might feel like you're losing your own identity. You don't even know what you want anymore because you so focused on what everyone else wants. And ironically, it can even damage relationships. People might start to take your kindness for granted, or they may not feel like they know the real you because you're always agreeing with them. The good news is, you can break this cycle. It starts with small steps. Try saying, "Let me think about it," instead of an immediate yes. This gives you space to check in with yourself. Practice setting small, low-stakes boundaries. Maybe say no to a small favor you don't have time for. It will feel uncomfortable at first, but it gets easier. Remember, setting a boundary isn't a rejection of the other person. It's an act of self-respect. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. Your only job is to be authentic to yourself. Learning to prioritize your own needs isn't selfish. It's essential for your well-being. And when you show up as your true, authentic self, you give others the chance to build a relationship with the real you, not just the version of you that's trying to please them. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on psychology and self-improvement. See you in the next one.